Welcome to the Riders Lounge. I'm Mark Fawcett, and on today's episode, the Whitespace Montano. First off, I want to thank our sponsors who really help us keep this show rolling. Cole HEADWEAR, BALDFACE Lodge, James Brand Knives, Nelson Brewing Company, Stoke the Fire Hotsauce, and our new sponsor, This Is Coffee. So, how does this thing ride? Well, I had one of the most unique testing opportunities that I've had to jump on a board first, which was pretty much crotch deep, really good powder cat skiing at White Grizzly. And this thing was pretty much suited exactly for what I was given. So the avalanche hazard was through the roof. So we had two choices: really broken up terrain, AKA pillow fields, boulder fields, and tree runs, specifically some even tighter tree runs. So how does this thing ride? Well, first of all, it is what we would call a volume shifted board. I know a lot of people have written in, they're like, it's actually surface area. I get it, but we've borrowed it from surfing before. What that means: shorter, wider, particularly not as pointed out, so more surface area in the front and the rear. So add it all up, this would have the surface area of a more traditional, narrower board of even 10 centimeters longer than this. So what I really liked about this, turning radius, really easy to like snap around and pivot through the middle. So wiggling it through the tighter trees was like no problem at all, but it had a ton of stability, particularly landing in that deep stuff. Had all that surface area in the tail and the nose, never went over the nose, never shot off the back of the tail, and we were pretty loose. The stage was set, we had heavy hitters out there, and straight away it was like full throttle, blind off all these pillows. We had not seen these boulder fields at all before until we got to the top of them, and the guide was like, hey, full send, you guys, it's all good. Yeah, got a little more than we bargained for a few times, all of us, but this board really excelled in those conditions. Again, a huge part of it just being this volume shifted. The other place that these boards work really well is on the groomers. I essentially like these boards on anything that's like more of a clean canvas. So on the groomers, this thing's a slayer. You don't have all that extra swing weight out there, but quite a bit of effective edge for how short the board is. Whitespace has done a really good job with the core profiling, so the flex pattern, like pretty much all boards, a little bit thinner in the middle, so you can bend and tweak and pedal the board with your feet pretty easily, but yet it still really hangs on when you just purely tip it on edge with a little higher speed. It has super good holding power. This board also had a really fast base on it, so a sintered graphite, essentially a race base on there. So I had no trouble on the flats, and we rode some flats that day for sure, just again based on the Avi hazard, and it was lightning fast. So nimble, fast, stable where you needed it to be. Loved it in the POW. For a 155, I was really happy with how much support, like flotation, it had. And again, that's due to, it's a pretty wide tail. Only 4 millimeters of taper, but seemed to work out very well. So they kept the width, made it shorter, a little bit of a cutout there just to reduce some of that volume so you can trim the board out really well, which it did. It was one of my favorite boards that day for sure. Definitely has a bit of a following. I've seen some stuff online. A lot of people loving these on the soft corduroy groomers in Colorado, Utah, etc. So who is this board for? Just with a 52, a 55, and a 58. And again, I'm 185, size 10 feet, 23 3-inch stance, ride 0 and 24, and the 55 was perfect for me under all those circumstances. This board's for anyone that is riding, in particular, that you like to ride clean canvases. So whether it's Groomers or powder, certainly great. It's an amazing board in the trees. You can do a lot on this. I think it'd ride fine in the park if you wanted to. So from that standpoint, anything that these volume shifted boards would excel in, this is going to be a serious consideration for you. Thanks so much for watching the Riders Lounge. Please like and subscribe. That keeps us rolling. If you have any more detailed questions, jump onto Patreon and get in there, and we can answer those ones with a little bit more paragraph length than we can on YouTube. Till then, I'm Mark Fawcett. Thanks for watching the Riders Lounge.